If you clicked on this video, chances are you're already aware of the whole drama. But let me give you the ever so quickest rundown. True Geordie and Andrew Tate. They hate each other. Recently, Andrew Tate converted to Islam and True Geordie wasn't having it. Basically said it's all bullshit and it's just an attempt to gain as many fans ever since his cancellation. I personally don't think this is the case. After watching his interview with Muhammad Hijab, I gave him the benefit of the doubt. True Geordie then stupidly puts his whole career on the line and says this.
Although I would gladly blow myself up if I could take that fucking shitbag with us.
That's the use of a stereotype there, which is obviously not what he...
I'm just saying, if he really wants to prove it, do the right thing. Let's see how...
It's a stereotype.
Let's see how about that life you...
Now, as a Muslim myself, it did take me back a bit and I was a bit saddened, especially being a fan of True Geordie. Nevertheless, people were outraged and he quickly made a response video titled, "I'm sorry." Now, this is where I have an issue in all this fiasco. I watched the whole video and thought, fair enough, he does seem very apologetic and sad. People deserve second chances. Let's move on. At the time, I checked the comments and they were all positive as well, saying the exact same thing. But as this whole thing started gaining more traction and views, I returned back to the video and to my surprise there was a load of shite being spoken in the comment section. The main criticisms are, oh, this is not an apology video, this is damage control, he's made it personal about himself, what does this have to do with his dead mother, and yeah, this is just damage control. And I'm just like, what the actual fuck? Like, I can't believe I have to explain this and make a video. But first off, if you haven't seen the apology video, in the latter end of the video he gets emotional and starts talking about his mother. If you watch his second documentary, around the middle after his sparring session, he breaks down saying how much he missed his mother and he always keeps going because of her.
I'm just missing. I miss me, Mom.
He then gave a very emotional dialogue about what she meant to him, and it shows you the effect her passing had on him. Is it really that shocking that when people are turning against him and are saying shit towards him, he thinks of his mother, someone he could always turn to and provide care for him when things are getting rough? Is that really shocking to people to put in the comments, why is he talking about his dead mother when he's so vulnerable? And this whole thing about, oh, this is not an apology video, it's damage control. Like, every apology video, whether good or bad, is damage control. Damage isn't just about your career, it can be about your reputation, your perception, and your character. Is it wrong to try and damage control that by defending your character and saying, no, I'm not a racist, I'm not an Islamophobe, or whatever? When Lawrence, his best friend and co-host, brought up how his Muslim wife and kids must have felt about all this, he was genuinely upset. He apologized numerous times to him and started crying.
When I have so much love for your family, it was just such a stupid moment, you know.
And people think it's just to save face. Like, how good of an actor do you think these YouTubers are? Like, there's actual actors that can't be crying like that, for Christ's sakes, and you think these YouTubers are just out here giving Oscar-winning performances.
María Luisa, no te mueras, por favor.
As a Muslim, it was sad to see his comments, but also as a Muslim, we always show forgiveness and mercy to everyone, not only for ourselves, but it sets a good example to others for how much of a caring religion Islam is. But regardless, people don't give a shit. They just want to see people torn to shreds from a mistake they made. Like, do yourself a favor and next time, don't put people to such high standards and you won't be disappointed. And that's for those people that genuinely were upset. The rest can just fuck off. So, naturally, as it always happens, the sponsors and companies in partner start to shit themselves, and all the hard work you guys done together to build each other up, they completely bail on you, cut all ties and stab you in the back and pretend they never knew you. And Gymshark did exactly that. Cut all ties with Brian despite their amazing relationship, like they never knew each other. People are so ecstatic over that. Like, people are ecstatic over a man losing his bag as if Gymshark are gonna turn to them and give them a few quid. They just as likely don't give a fuck about you as much as they don't give a fuck about Brian now. So I hope you're happy.